Hi Leo, the Awakened Dreamer here to give you some oracle messages, an oracle spread or reading, if you will. So thank you so much for joining me. And do keep in mind general reading for the sign of Leo. So just take what resonates and don't stress over what doesn't. Thank you in advance for your likes, comments, and subscriptions if you haven't done so already. To book a personal reading, the options lie down below in the description box. Just reach out via email, all right? The overall message for us, Leo, because I'm a Leo sun, if you are new to the channel, the overall message I received for this reading is learning the way on the way. Learning the way on the way. So let's aim on down and pull some cards. Alrighty, we're going to begin by pulling the messages. We're strictly sticking to the Spirit Animal Oracle deck for this spread, for this reading. Okay. For my lovely Leos to begin this reading, this is timeless. Keep that in mind. So whenever you're guided here, it's meant for you. Should have mentioned that in the beginning. So at the center of your reading to start, we have Elephant Spirit, learn from the past, as well as Nightingale Spirit, love is all around. Love it. So I feel like on one hand, you're learning from the past, right? Learning from even the present mistakes or stumbles, obstacles, just trying to remember or being reminded by Spirit in the universe with what you're going through time and time again. You are learning the way on the way. It's okay not to have it all figured out. It's okay not to have the perfect approach to energies you're not used to, or energies that maybe surprise you in an unexpected and maybe I'm hearing displeasing kind of way. But all the meanwhile, you're being reminded that love does surround you in a multitude of forms. It feels like for a lot of Leos, you're entering a new cycle when it comes to romance, and you don't understand how strong you're going to feel because of it. I do feel as if you're viewed in this very sort of delicate, innocent, angelic light, even though you are the strong lion within, right? But it's all about, I feel like the obstacles and the difficulties that life has, and I'm hearing endings that life has put you through. It's left you coming off in a more simplistic way, or maybe feeling a bit guarded all the meanwhile. But I need to trust in the magic. It just feels like you need to learn from where you're at now, speaking upon one specific situation that isn't ideal, and therefore it feels like the next one that is very similar, making it 10 times better because you know better, and because you're admitting once again or being reminded, I'm just learning the way, right? I am not perfect. Nobody should expect me to be. And it just feels like you are a diamond in the rough. And that's truly something you should remember. As I'm being drawn to this, what looks like more of a jewel here, the color blue will be truly essential for you, which I'm wearing today. Just one second. Allow for the color blue, whether it's you wearing it or having it surrounding you. You're going to find that it gives you a sense of peace and serenity. All right. And we have Seahorse Spirit, watch and wait coming out. And I truly feel as if you're being pushed to watch and wait as things transform and fall into place, as things transpire. It feels like a lot of leaders are waiting for something to be approved or to get accepted to something, or for a change to actually happen. Some of you being pushed to not sit back and not put in the effort to, feels like more than one situation, love, a change, this and that. It just feels like you're also being pushed to balance the natural, necessary effort that you have to put forth with watching and waiting, manifesting, being pushed to remember that Spirit is working behind the scenes to help you in more than one way. You may be feeling as if you've been pushed or are being pushed away from a situation that would have led to something very toxic or is already toxic, right? But it's almost like a storm warning in a sense, that you are being pushed away from something that could get a lot worse. Okay, but with the Swan Spirit, we have take time for a deep dive. They added take time to that. All right, and so naturally being pushed to be one with that angelic sort of graceful way of being. If you think about a swan, but it's you being pushed to take a deep dive towards something new, but it might be very similar to the past in a lot of ways. If it's not, so be it, but it just feels like a lot of you as well are being pushed to take a deep dive when it comes to love. You know, you may have been hurt several times before, but take that deep dive towards someone who you intuitively in your gut feel has your back or will moving forward, or just isn't like who you've dealt with in the past. All right, learn from your past and take a deep dive towards one, if not multiple situations in your life moving forward that is going to leave you feeling 10 times better about where things are heading, but also just helping you feel more grounded. You have a good sense at this point, given you're learning the way on the way, as to what kind of energies, situations, if you trust your intuition, you know, when beginning them or making your way towards them, or continuing them, what and who's going to leave you feeling grounded and who's going to create a blockage or make you feel more anxious or chaotic. Okay? You owe it to yourself to be decisive, but to also trust in what's going to actually work out. You know more than you want to give yourself credit for at times. I heard the lion knows best. The lion knows best. But with Coyote Spirit, you're being pushed to trust in divine detours, okay? Going back to where you're being pushed away from. It could feel like your whole path is being pushed on a complete detour, but it's for the better of your situation, your life, your future. What lies ahead on the path you're on now could potentially be completely irrelevant for you or unaligned with who you're becoming, or it could just be one, if not a couple of situations, okay? Trust in these detours so you can, or this detour for some of you, so things can feel a lot easier, a lot more simplistic. It feels like, but you're entering a chapter of your life where things are going to be very complex, but a lot more simplistic in other ways, if that makes sense. This detour is going to allow for things to fall into place a lot easier once again. You'll be surrounded by an environment, multiple environments per se, potentially, and energies that are more meant for you, okay? But with the brown bear spirit coming out over here, ooh, actually, this trust in divine detours is touching base upon love is all around you. So I feel like you're going to be reminded that where you're heading, if it's a new move of residence, a new job, there's going to be a lot of love surrounding you. It also touches base upon a romantic situation potentially. All right. So brown bear spirit over here for take time out, and this one is touching base upon learning from the past. And you're being pushed to recognize that you you need to take time out to maybe sort through some of the lessons you're learning from where you're at now or where you just left, and allow yourself to remember that taking time out at times, look at the imagery, helps you regain your strength, right? It doesn't mean you need to come off very stern and sort of bold and fearless, but it just means every Leo needs to be honest with themselves at times and be like, I gotta take time out and rest, or just be in my hermit mode and do what I love to, or just do nothing to regain my strength, to replenish oneself. But with the turtle spirit coming out, learn from the past when you overdid it, overexuded yourself, overworked yourself, burnt yourself out. It may even be more recent than you want to admit, but with the turtle spirit, you need to understand that going slow isn't the worst thing, right? And that doesn't mean moving towards a change slower than you can or should. You intuitively know and divinely are pushed, but it means as far as the pace you sort of balance out and take on moving forward. Be realistic, right? Be honest with oneself and just do what you can, maybe a little bit more, because that's a very Leo way of going about things. But just remember that slow and steady does win the race. And you're reminded as well, something you've been building and trying to get off the ground, that is being successful these days, becoming more so. And it reminds you that you don't have to sort of have it be instantly successful or have it feel like a race to get to the top for it to surpass other similar situations, if it's online or even if it's not, or just to succeed in one way, shape, or form. Sometimes what's meant to last, even love, is meant to grow in an appropriate pace, at an appropriate pace, not sort of so quickly to the point where you don't get to enjoy it or experience it. All right? And we've let it shine. I'm being told that you are meant to let your Leo feathers shine. All right, let yourself shine when it comes to love. Allow for the love and the complementary energy coming towards you. Help you sing your song as I'm drawn to the music notes here. get your voice out there, your creations, your creativity, and understand that people are expecting for you moving forward, even if you haven't recently, to open up, to expand those feathers, right? Thinking about a peacock when they retract, not wanting to show off, or just not feeling, I don't feel like they give two shits what people think either way. Even if you do to an extent, I feel like you're finding a nice balance in it all and stripping away the doubt within, right? And you're being pushed to remember that this is a chapter where you're pushed to let it shine, to show off a little bit, to become more of the Leo you're meant to be in this lifetime. Doesn't mean you can't have your times where you take time out, excuse me, and be less showy. But it just feels as if you're also being pushed to let it shine, your personality, your way of being, your glow, your looks, when it comes to certain loved ones, friends, acquaintances, family members, when it comes to a romantic one especially, and just remembering all the meanwhile that you just are one strong, shiny individual is what's coming through. And it's okay once again to learn the way on the way and just with the starfish spirit, be open to infinite possibilities because I feel like things are expanding for you, opening up in a beautiful way. And you may feel a bit vulnerable at times moving forward, especially with this peacock spirit, but it's purposeful. It's a growing period of your life that's going to be more complex once again, but more simplistic. Embrace it, embrace change, and remember you're learning the way on the way, and that is absolutely beautiful. All right? So I hope this was truly helpful. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't done so already. Hoping you have an amazing day, week, and month. Sending you so much love and light, and I'll see you next time. Bye, Leo.